guys, and welcome back to Basketball Report. And yeah, we're still busy with the preview for this upcoming season. And today we're at the Miami Heat, where it's quite a strange place to
Yeah,
be.
it's an interesting off season. Obviously, last season didn't go as planned. Lost in the first round against the Bucks after losing in the finals against the Lakers in the bubble.
Sauce. That's
Yeah,
sauce.
I mean, but look, season they started slow, picked it up a little bit. They got Oladipo for basically nothing. Oladipo still having injury problems. And then I think they signed and trade Goran Dragic for Kyle Lowry. I mean, it's alright, I guess.
Yeah,
It's decent. And then obviously the big one was Jimmy Butler signing an extension, which is also for
they got
me.
PJ Tucker also.
Yeah, we got PJ Tucker, but
Which-
that's I mean that's
Irrelevant.
that's an L. So just looking at the roster, decent roster, but for how long? If Oladipo can actually come back and play, then I mean I would say it's a solid roster, especially for the East.
Yeah.
But just for this season, moving on forward, I mean the young talent on this roster, where everyone was talking about a couple of seasons back. Obviously, Bam was an all-star a couple of seasons back. I don't think he deserved it, but I mean that's just my opinion. But I mean he's a good player, good defender, decent, and
Quite
obviously
short.
Tyler, yeah, for center.
For a
but-
center, yeah.
And then Tyler Hero, he came in hot, and he got very cold.
Yeah,
Very
last season
quick.
was a disaster for this team. Like, which doesn't make sense because it didn't change anything. It's just, I think, it just shows you that the bubble was actually quite a joke. Because that team didn't even go past the first round. But yeah, they got PJ Tucker. I don't know why this guy didn't even score 1 point at the box.
Got so many 0 points.
Yeah,
It
but it
was
was like,
staggering, to be honest.
yeah. And Kyle Lowry, Kyle Lowry, he's not that good. He's a point guard in the NBA.
If he played in the West his whole career, he wouldn't have even won All-Star appearance.
Yeah, that is true. Your Kyle Lowry isn't
Just because
that
he
good.
was in a weaker East. And I'm not saying Kyle Lowry's a bad player by all means. I mean, he's solid, and I mean, he did do his part in the Raptors championship run. But
He
it's
can
Kyle
post the
Lowry.
ball,
It's
yeah.
Kyle
But the thing
Lowry.
is, I don't rate this team. Really. Like, Jimmy Butler is the only one that's quite consistent in this team. Like,
Yeah, he's the only one that constantly brings it.
brings it. Like Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, they, yeah,
I mean, Duncan Robinson's a good three-point shooter.
but that's about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but damn,
I mean, you need that in all fairness,
Yeah.
but you need more of that. And Tyler Hero is supposed to be more of that, and he's not performing. I mean, defensively, I still think it's going to be a difficult team to break down.
yeah, definitely.
But then just looking at towards, I mean, this season, I know it's just focus on this season, but you have to keep the future in mind as well.
What do they do?
What are we gonna do? Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler, that contract's massive. If he turns out and starts, his progression starts to stagnate or he starts to decrease in his efficiency, it's gonna be difficult to trade. I mean, Oladipo is short term, that's all fine, but Kyle Lowry is not young anymore. So you basically just this team is Tyler Hero and Bam. That's the future of this team.
Yeah.
And I don't think Tyler Hero fits the bill anymore. So at this stage, it's Bam. Is Bam as good as everyone says he is? No. He's not as good. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's a shit player. He's a very good player. But he's not as good as the media portrays him.
He's overrated. That's the thing is, Jimmy Butler, he's has good seasons, but the thing is, what do they build? They can't build around him. He's already old, and Victor Oladipo is not that old, but the guy is going to.
Too many injuries.
Yeah, he's going to leave. Bam Adebayo, I don't know if he's the guy you want to build the team around. I just don't think he has that leadership that you need. You're gonna need like a star player or someone like that to be in the middle of
I don't
this.
think he's that guy.
No, that guy. He's a good player.
He's solid.
He's solid, but he's not.
If I'm thinking this team like going to rebuild, and you're telling me you're going to build around Bam, and that's the the one star, I'm just gonna be like, no.
No, they gotta.
Not
So-
now. I mean, maybe if Bam can improve and definitely take that leap towards
Maybe he
being a
must.
superstar.
Yeah, but maybe he must leave the center position and move to maybe power forward, something like that.
I mean, it's a nice thing to have a player like that because he can switch around between power forward and center, and I mean he's very athletic. So I mean, what he lacks in length, he makes up for athleticism, and he's also quick. He's got very quick lateral quickness and acceleration for a big guy. So on that left athletic part, he's good, and he's also a good ball handler for his size. The thing is just in looking at this team, and last season they just didn't perform as everyone thought they would.
Yeah,
And I think the same's gonna happen this season.
and the East. Remember, the East is stepping it up. Those teams from about 10 till 5, or you can even go to 4, is really tightly contested now at the moment. And the Heat, I don't see them. The Heat is like Celtics for me. They're just gonna be there in the playing
And
game.
they're definitely gonna be in the playoffs. I don't think they
Yeah.
will miss the playoffs.
Yeah, like going to but they're going to be like, don't think they're gonna be above the Knicks, and
Also,
the Hawks,
Hawks,
Bulls,
Bucks,
the
Nets.
Nets, Philly.
Philly,
So at best they're gonna finish 6th, and I think that's about where they're gonna be. And I don't see them going past the first round with teams which is a lot stronger and better, well-rounded, and
I think they're gonna start to. The thing is just I don't know if they really improved as much as everyone say they did. Is Kyle Lowry improvement on Goran Dragic?
I don't know.
I mean, they're both old. Goran Dragic is a fantastic player. I like him. He's a good player. Maybe Kyle Lowry is a little bit better, but is he really a significant improvement on Dragic? And then adding PJ Tucker,
Which doesn't make even sense.
I mean, PJ Tucker at the Rockets 3 years ago, I would say, I mean, good player, solid player. Even when he signed at the Bucks, I was like, wow, you get a good corner specialist and a good defender. But just looking at his performances last season, he got 30s and 40s dropped on him and he scored 0. He was
in
terrible.
30 minutes.
I mean,
It was
he
0 in
was
30 minutes.
absolutely useless on the offensive end. So you're putting him in this roster now, so you're putting the scoring responsibility on a guy like Jimmy Butler, who's never been a great scorer. When you think about scoring, I don't think Jimmy Butler's ever even hit 25 points per game in a season. And Bam gives you about 18. Kyle Lowry is the highest is maybe 20, 21.
Was.
Yeah, it was. So they don't have a lot of scoring. I mean, they got good scoring options, even with Victor Oladipo. And they got it's well-rounded.
I still don't think they're not consistent. The team, Duncan Robinson, Tyler, they're not consistent. PJ Tucker, inconsistent. There's no.
Only consistent on is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
And even
actually.
he had a terrible playoff last season. Good defensively, but I mean, that's just the thing with Jimmy. I'll still give him Jimmy is clutch. Jimmy Butler is a clutch player.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he even had a bad game. I think it was game 1 against the Bucks. He had a terrible game, but he hit the shot that took him into OT. And that's Jimmy Butler. So the leadership guy, the main guy is Jimmy, but you need to build around that guy.
Yeah, that when he goes, you have already a structure to go on. And not just like the Cavs just.
I don't want to go too much in the future, but I could see this team rebuilding. I think they'll be solid this season. So my final prediction is I think 6, 7.
Yeah, maybe in the playing games.
Maybe 8.
Yeah.
I think 8. I don't know. I think 8 a little bit too harsh on this team.
Yeah, I will go 6th like last season.
I think 5 at best.
5 really good. 8 not that good, but. Definitely playoffs, and then I would go first round exit.
Yeah, I literally can't see them even making the semis.
Yeah.
We'll make the playoffs, but I think this is the last season we'll see have a decent Heat team, because I just think the players that they have are massively overrated just because it's the Miami Heat, and that's what Miami Heat does. And I think the hype is too much for this team. Everybody's hyping them up and saying, top 3, and that's not going to happen.
No. But yeah.
Just our opinions.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about the Heat. Give us your opinion on what they are going to do this upcoming season. And as always, remember to
Hit that
jumper.
jumper.